right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to literally the first Dublin Coaches Show, and I call it the first because there has been one scrimmage game, and we're getting ready to go play Lucy Laney this Friday night. But I'm Stan Smith. I'm here with head coach and athletic director of Dublin High School, Roger Holmes. And Coach, welcome to the show. Again, and I'm going to call it a venue. This is pretty cool because we're in the Dublin Fighting Irish Field House. There's traffic around us and everything, and we're sitting here by the trophy cases from Oconee High School and Dublin High School. And you had a game this Friday night against Washington County. Understand that it was a scrimmage, but you came out on top, ran a few points up, and you got to be proud of the production that you got, regardless of how good or how bad Washington County may have been.
Well, I think it was two football teams, Stan, that were obviously trying to identify their football team this season. You know, I've heard a lot of talk, and it's very real talk. You know, Washington County graduated, I think, 18 or 19 starters. Well, when you look at Dublin High School, on the offensive side of the ball, the only person that we had returning as a starter that was playing the same position that they played last year was Johnny Willis. On the defensive side of the ball, we had two DBs that were returning in the same spot. Now, we had some guys, obviously, that played last year, and same kids played for Waco. When you're beating people 70-0, you get an opportunity to play a lot of people. So, you know, I think both teams went into the football game with some huge question marks on how young people were going to respond to it being on their shoulders. And we did play well from an offensive standpoint. We were surprised. You know, everybody talks about up-tempo, and that type thing. Well, at the end of the night, we had ran 68 offensive plays, and we huddled all night. And 68 offensive snaps is above average for us. We're usually in the mid to low 50s. So we were able to move the football offensively, and that helps you have a lot of snaps. Defensively, we played well in a lot of areas. We physically got tired, and you noticed there late in the second quarter, the guys from Washington County lined up in two tight ends and started running right at us, and we didn't handle that as well. And I think a lot of that was fatigue. The term we used with our booster club this week, I don't think we're in poor cardiovascular shape. Our problem is with hydration and nutrition, and we're not doing a great job there. And we had way too many individuals that had cramps and had to be pulled out of the ball game for that reason. And that's something we've got to work on, not just as a coaching staff, but as individual players and their family. The area that was of great concern was the kicking game. Now, that being said, kicking game is one of the hardest things to simulate in practice. It's just you don't want all those big live collisions going on. You're working on punt block. Well, you really don't want to be taking out your punter if some kid takes a bad angle. So it's hard to work on your punt block. It's hard to work on kickoff coverage because you're not wanting those big collisions. And for us the other night, we gave up, we played really poorly in the kicking game. We gave up a kickoff return for a touchdown. It was the first one. And, I told our players prior to even going out that the kicking game was going to be the hardest thing for them to adjust to because of what we've been able to get done in practice. But for us, we didn't get anybody hurt. We gained some valuable playing experience. And even though it is a scrimmage, Washington County has beaten us the previous 2 years in the scrimmage. So it was a good, it was a good feeling for our young men, and maybe we can grow off of that.
Well, I hope you can, Coach. I hope you can. We've got a special guest here today. We got film today. We got a lot to do, a lot to talk about. But why don't we introduce our special guest?
Sounds like a plan to me. He's a young man that's been with our program for 4 years. It's Fred Williams. Fred is a senior, and he's a wide receiver and a defensive back. Was starting for us in both of those positions. Received a knee injury, I guess, the first day of contact practice. But it's not one that's going to end his season. But it's one that's going to hold him out probably till early September. So probably what we ought to do, Mr. Stan, is take a break, and we'll change it over and get Fred in here.
All right, well, let's do that. Ladies and gentlemen, again, the sponsors, they're lining up to sponsor these coaches' shows, supporting these kids and supporting what they do out on the football field. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Tim Redding Jr., General Manager of Dublin Ford Lincoln, and I'm proud to call Dublin, Georgia my home. It's my pleasure to introduce our excellent sales team, and we are ready to serve you and the surrounding areas. And they are Graham Slater, General Sales Manager, Michael Gray, Business Manager, and the rest of our professional sales staff includes Mark Cox, Steve Sams, Adam Myler, Colby Howard, and Seth Young. We invite you to come visit us today at Dublin Ford Lincoln, where others call you customers, but we call you friends.
If you want a paint that's more than just easy to scrub, if you want a paint that actually repels dirt and grime, if you want a paint that stands up to life's wear and tear, only this can. Regal Select from Benjamin Moore. Paint like no other.
Available at Four Seasons Paint and Floor Covering.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with a young man who is a familiar sight at Dublin High School, a familiar sight out on that football field, and, no question, his blood flows green. He's the son of Dr. Fred Williams, who's now our superintendent, and this is Fred Williams, Jr.?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, Fred, you're going to have to speak up. You're a soft-spoken young man. 4 years here now at Dublin High School. Started last year. Presumably, you're going to be back out on the field in just a week or so, 2 weeks maybe.
Yes, sir.
And what do you look for this year, playing your final year at Dublin High School?
Well, taking no plays off, because one play and your season could be done.
Okay, so taking no plays off, always prepared, I presume. What about the injury? What kind of injury do you have?
I strained my MCL, I think, the Monday before the Washington County game.
Okay, and that was really y'all's first day of real contact practice, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, you've been here for 4 years. Has the practice regimen now changed? I mean, it's different than from when you started, is it not?
Yes, sir. It's much more intense now.
And how do you feel about the victory Friday night against Washington County, even though it was a scrimmage game?
It feels good. We can't let it go to our heads. We got to take it 1 week at a time. This week is a new week. That game's in the past. We got to focus on Laney.
Okay. And, of course, that's the Laney Wildcats. Y'all will travel to Augusta this Friday.
Yes, sir.
All right. Fred, let me ask you this question. A lot of kids don't believe it, but there's life after football. What are you going to do when you graduate this year?
Hopefully, after graduation, I'll be attending Mercer University and majoring in biology.
Is there medicine in your future, you think?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a good ambition, good goal, good goal. And this year on the football field, what is your goal? Your personal goal?
Leave a mark. I'm trying to have a good reputation before I leave Dublin High School.
All right. That's pretty good, son. That's real good. We old folks don't see that much. or we don't think we see it anyhow. But to find a young man, you obviously make good grades.
Yes, sir.
And you have pretty lofty goals. And I know that that's been instilled in you since you were a little boy, and I can remember when you were a little boy running around Dad and everything. So, what is the thing you think you will take from this school at the end of this football season, or at graduation, that will help you later in life?
Always work hard. Nothing is guaranteed. You got to work for everything that you want.
Dang, I wish there were a lot more young men like you, son. All right, well, you got anything you want to say? Want to say hey to anybody?
No, sir.
Girlfriend?
No, I'm all right.
Okay. All right. Well, Fred, we thank you for being on the show. We're going to take another break. I'm going back to Coach Holmes, and we're going to finish up the show shortly after we watch a little film. Thank you very much for being here.
First Lawrence Bank invites you to experience banking at its best. Whether you have personal or business financial needs, we're a full-service bank, big enough to handle all your banking needs and small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank like First Lawrence Bank. Looking forward to your future. That's First Lawrence Bank in Dublin and Dexter.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Curry Method Insurance Agency in Dublin is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hi, I'm Locke Wilford. Now's the time to buy a Chevrolet and get 0% financing for 72 months.
Come into Dublin Chevrolet and get bonus tag savings of up to $10,000 on new Silverados. Come into Dublin Chevrolet, where we have new Silverados and Sierras starting at $29,988.
Come see us today at Dublin Chevrolet. Proud to be the only dealer you will ever need.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back here with Coach Holmes. We thank Fred Williams Jr. for being here today. And he's actually rendering us some technical assistance right now, but we've got some film from the game this Friday night. And Coach, why don't we go ahead and go to the film, and let's let you sort of narrate as we watch the film.
Pick out a few highlights. Let's see what we got going on here for our fans this week. And all right, this is the area, Fred. This is our speed sweep stuff, and this is Quan Hicks, and probably an area that we did as well on the other night as about anything was our ability to run out on the perimeter. This is the same play. This is the coach's view. Just let them run there, Fred. It's just the end zone copy that really gives us an advantage as coaches to study the film from an end zone view. The next play we've got, we're down in the red zone. Again, we're in an unbalanced look. And this is our fullback. So, that's Jermaine Cooley, I think. No, Samaje Kitchens. Scoring a touchdown there from about, you can see the hole open up nice right off the left tackle.
Same play.
Same play from the end zone view, and you see the big hole open up there and a nice cut for a touchdown run. And, you know, that's always big for us. We come back here, and here's the speed sweep now. A minute ago, we ran it to the split inside. Now here it is, the same play, but you're going into the tight end side. And the end zone view again, we thought our tight ends had a pretty good night overall. This is Cortland Horn. Cortland transferred to Dublin this year from Johnson County. He's done a good job. Here's the speed sweep again. Again, that's an area where we did a good job. Bryant Resprilli at split end had a really good night of on his perimeter blocking. Just did an excellent job for us all night long. You can see 13 there in the picture, or 10, their free safety. We bring our split end down inside to block in on the free safety, make him run the bubble. Now we're over the top, and that was Quatarius Smith on that run, and that was a very nice play for us. This is, I remember the play we scored on a minute ago. Well, we faked the same play. Actually, let's see, I thought this was the Z-back sweep, but this was a ride play. Actually, that one didn't hit very well. That wasn't a real good play for us. This is right at the end of the first half. Less than 20 seconds to go. We run a play action off of the same running play and are able to hit, that was Quan Hicks in the flat. Remember the touchdown we scored? This looks just like that same play, but it's a play action, and now the secondary bites on the run, and it opens up the pass for us. Nice run on that one. Let's see. I'm trying to see who it is. Maybe Samaj Kitchens again on another run. Here's a defensive clip. Defensively, we played very well. We gave up 19 points, Stan. Like we said, one of those that was a big one for us actually was they scored on a kickoff return. So our defense really only gave up points on 2 occasions. That was a fumble. They were recovered. They did get a nice run off of us. Our corner to the right didn't do a great job of getting the corner set. He went inside the block, let it outside. But we get a big turnover right here. And I think Robbie Allison comes out with the football, sets us up for a nice play. This is Cortland Horn, I think. Nope. I'm not sure who that was. That may have been Samaje again, or is that Jermaine Cooley, our freshman running back. Jermaine running the belly up inside and took it down for a nice gain. He's doing a good job there. Samaje again on the trap up inside. And I think that's probably all of our highlights right there if we want to stop and head toward break.
All right, well, let's take another break. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Hey, I love football season.
Me too!
And I love this Jeep.
Is your mama gonna buy it?
Yeah.
Lucky!
My mama says when I turn 16, this baby's gonna be mine and it's still under warranty.
What's a warranty?
I don't know, but quit asking me questions and let's go to the game.
Yeah! Let's go to the
game! Growth. It's what we all want. It means doing what it takes, getting up every morning and making it happen. And we couldn't agree more. Because your success is our success. At Morris Bank, we're banking on you.